Patricia,
Yes.
what happened in the breaking news? The Pentagon is doing what?
They are investigating Arizona Senator Mark Kelly after the video urging troops to defy illegal orders.
But for what?
It just says they're investigating him. It does not say yet. We need more to the story. I haven't gotten more yet. I know. Inquiring minds want to know.
All right, this is sure to be an unpopular opinion. Once again, our new political party, the Knock It Off Party. Both sides of this are driving me crazy, all right?
Okay.
And let me explain why. I mean this as a compliment because I think it's hilarious sometimes. President Trump is the king of the trolls. Would we agree?
Yes.
That nobody knows how to push buttons better than the president, right?
Right.
He just knows how to push buttons.
That's correct.
But he also doesn't seem like he can resist when someone pushes his.
Oh, of course not. That's the whole nature of the beast.
When I was little, when it was really before, and even after my brother Brian came along, he's 7 years younger than me. But my brother Tom and I are less than 2 years apart. Mm-hmm. I was born in June of 67. Tom was born in March of 69. So less than 2 years. I knew how to push his buttons. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So brothers and sisters do.
And because we both were kids, he bit every time. Every time. It was hilarious. The difference is when you get older, you have to know how to resist. You know what I mean?
Of course. And
So-
Trump doesn't have that resistor.
That's the thing, is that what bothers me about it is if I was advising the president, which will never, ever, ever happen, any president, not just this one, but he could have said when that video came out, he could have just said to the press, name one. Ask them to name one specific illegal order I've given out. Name one. And he could have said what I've been saying. Do you really think that the military is so dumb that they have to be reminded of something that's drilled into their head from day one? This was not a reminder to the military. This was a reminder to the American public and an insinuation that I've done something illegal.
The military knows.
Right. Either accuse me of something illegal or shut up.
I have a statement from the Pentagon.
Okay.
The Pentagon suggested that Kelly's statements in the video interfered with the loyalty, morale, or good order and discipline of the armed forces by citing the federal law that prohibits such actions.
And this is the other thing. I'm glad you said that because it made me think of something. If you look at military recruitment during the last administration, it was abysmal. I don't think there was any branch of the military that was meeting its recruiting goals. And if they were doing it by the thinnest of margins. Has anybody witnessed the massive increase in recruitment that has happened in the United States military because Donald Trump is president? It's not a defense of Donald Trump. I'm saying if I were Donald Trump, those are the things I'd be saying. So Mark Kelly goes on national television and he tells everybody that that the reason why I did this, or not he didn't, I'm sorry, Senator Slotkin goes on and says, the reason why we did this is so many young officers are coming to us and asking questions. It flies right in the face of what the statistics show. What I don't understand is why, all right, they put out the video, so Donald Trump says you can be hung for sedition. Did he actually say they should be hung, or did he just say this? Did they actually accuse him of anything, or do they just say they don't have to follow orders? Neither side. Now you've got an investigation from the Pentagon.
And also, they said a thorough review of these allegations has been initiated to determine further actions, which may include recall to active duty for court-martial proceedings, proceedings, or administrative measures. So they're planning to act on it as well.
Here's why it's dumb. I'm sorry. Mark Kelly served honorably in the United States military. The guy was an astronaut.
Right.
Now, I don't know him. I can't make any comment about what kind of a human being he is. I don't know him.
He was in the Navy.
I know he was in the Navy. Yes, he was in the Navy. He was a fighter pilot. He's a combat veteran. He was an astronaut.
Right.
What good is going to come if you try to go after him, recall him to active duty, and make him stand tall before the man in a court-martial. What's accomplished?
Nothing.
Nothing. What it does is it perpetuates the same story. This is my issue with both sides. Donald Trump has not given an illegal order, and I raked Mark Kelly and all of those senators over the coals because what they were trying to do was damage Donald Trump. But what they did was now call into question the military. They did this too. For everybody that's saying that what Donald Trump is doing is putting them in a bad spot, no, you are. What you've done is told the entire world that there's illegal orders that are happening, whether it was through insinuation or you actually accused him. Now, the next time a drug boat gets hit by the U.S. military, who's going to call for those members of the United States Navy, if it's a Navy vessel, who's going to call for them now to be arrested?
So what you're saying is that the way that Trump reacted should have been differently.
Yes.
In the first place.
Yes, they should have never put out that video. And if I were the president, I would have said,
Prove it.
Either accuse me of something or take it back, number one. And number two, you're accusing the military of breaking the law if you're accusing me of breaking the law because they can't follow an illegal order. And you guys, military recruitment's up, way up under my administration. Men and women want to serve because I'm president. That's what I would have done. When you say sedition and people can be hanged, is that accurate? Sure, it's accurate. But now you're calling for someone to be hanged just like they're saying that you have. You know what I mean? It's just, these are ugly accusations that bounce back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And in the end, neither side wins.
Yeah, I don't see what this is going to do, an investigation.
This could have been a win. This could have been a major victory for Donald Trump, in my opinion.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
When those 6 senators came out and did what they did, had the president come out and said,
show me where.
yes.
There's tons of B-roll, tons of, that's what they call it in media. You know, there's tons of video. There's tons of audio of him saying everything.
And
I wanted to hear, when you played that audio earlier of, what's her name? Slotkin. I was waiting to hear what they were because I genuinely want to know.
And that's, again, you have the media pushing back that he didn't make any kind of he didn't give an order that had to be done. So the insinuation is that the military doesn't want to serve under him. I'm sorry. That's not accurate. And you take the good with the bad with everyone. You know what I mean? I've got a horrible side to me too. The people that know me the best understand that nobody's perfect. There are things about you that people around you wish was different. There's things about me I wish was different. But the fact of the matter is, you're the president of the United States. I'm not criticizing him because he responded. Because when someone puts out 6 senators put out a video acting as if, and then going on television and saying that we have officers contacting us and saying, what do we do? We're not sure this is legal. And what they do is they go to a JAG officer is what they do. They go and find out and they ask questions that way through the chain of command. You don't call a United States senator and ask their opinion. That just doesn't happen. So if the president had handled it differently, this would have been a massive victory for him, and it would have blown up in Senator Kelly and the rest of these senators' faces. I just think that they collectively knew
that he would act this way.
Yes.
Well, he shouldn't act this way.
And neither side should.
Neither should. Yes, exactly. But
that's
you shouldn't
my point.
Poke the bear. And
and the bear,
let him hibernate.
Yes, but I'm frustrated because
they're acting like children.
Yes, and I think there is going to be, in my opinion, I know this is where I go sideways with people on the other side of the aisle. My opinion is that we are going to see a lot of good from the policies of this administration. I don't agree with everything, but I think we are going to see this massive investment. I think we're going to see job and wage growth. I think all of those things are going to start to happen. I think we are going to see inflation start to drop before the end of the year. I believe all that's true. And if the Fed lowers interest rates again, it's going to send a very, very good sign going into next year. I believe all that's true. But what are we arguing about? What are we talking about? We're talking about Senator Kelly and the rest of these senators accusing. Well, we didn't accuse. We had just a reminder. There's so many of those. If I were the president, I would have said, these people think the military's idiots. You think that you have to remind our troops that they can't obey an illegal order? You don't think they knew that?
He should have come back with a comeback video.
Right.
Saying something like that.
And saying to Mark Kelly, how many times in your career you're a combat veteran, how many times in your career did you need to be reminded of that you couldn't obey an illegal order? I'd ask the same thing of the Senator Slotkin. I would ask it of all of them. Name a time when you weren't very, very aware that you must obey a legal order and you must not obey an illegal order. If you believe that you were smart enough that you never had to be reminded, how stupid do you think our current military is if you think, I mean, that's the way you respond. But now we've got an investigation by the Pentagon. It's just, this is one ridiculous thing after another from both sides of this.
All this is going to do is waste people's money.
And time.
And time.
Right.
Time is money.
And let's throw one more thing into the mix, is that the last thing I'll say about it is this is a Congress that's supposed to be sitting down between now and the end of January and getting something done. Yeah, because if they don't get something done on health care, if they don't get something done with the budget, the Democrats are threatening to shut it down again. That's where we are. That's where we are. So, just frustrating.
Thanks for watching the Mike Broomhead Show. Tap to watch and listen to the new season of Amazing Arizonans, a KTAR News podcast. You can also click the button in the middle to subscribe.